name is Robert Frank Smith III, retired Marine, retired postal worker, and looking for a new place to live, and this is where it's going to be. What stood out to me about the tour, we've seen a lot of the country, seen the expensive stuff, the mediocre stuff, so that everybody can see that you can live in different environments, different price ranges. They can satisfy them all, from a cheap place if you want a small place, or expensive place if you want a place, you know, on top of the daggone skyscraper, paying $5 grand. But I think the tour is really good. They showed us a lot of the country. They showed you different places for different incomes to live good here. And just all the countryside, all the valleys and the mountains and the clouds and the animals. And then when you get to Boquete, everything was good, but then when you get to Boquete, you got the climate. You get off the bus and it's like, whoa, this is altogether different. And I think it's a beautiful spot. I may not settle in Boquete, but the place I've seen today, Country Club Estates up in Boquete, looks like it might be for me. It's on the high end, but I'm done with everything else, so it's my turn to live, and I can swing it, and it's awful nice. The food was quite well, I thought, because I had been a carnivore for the past year. And so a week before I come down here, I started buying Italian bread and toasting a slice and putting my scrambled eggs on that so that my body wouldn't get a culture shock eating vegetables, because I hadn't had any vegetables in about 10, 12 months. It's just been strictly meat, eggs, bacon, nothing plant-based. And I went to the VA, I'm a retired Marine, like I said, and I went to the VA the day before I come here. And she looked at my numbers and said, "What have you been doing?" I said, "I went carnivore and quit eating all the crap in the food in America. It improved my stuff." And she said, "All your numbers are good. All you need is vitamin D." I said, "I'm fixing that tomorrow. I'm going to Panama." So it's been great. And to get that seal of approval from my doctor, looking at my stats after a year on carnivore compared to what it was before, it's excellent. Now I'll come down here, get me a large quality juicer, and all the fruit we've had, the pineapple, the papaya, everything's been so sweet and flavorful. I can't wait to come back and start eating the fruit from here instead of most of the fruit comes out of here, don't get me wrong, but they do what they do in large companies and put the pesticides and all that. But here, when you live here, you can buy from local farmers that don't put all the pesticides on it, and you buy it right off the back of his truck like we used to do when I was a kid. And I want to get part of my community wherever I go. I want to be there with Panamanians and some of the other people from around the world, because there's expats, you know, South America, everywhere. But I don't want to be in a place where it's all American and you don't need Spanish. I've been taking Duolingo, practicing, and this has been quite the trip. I can tell you that, like I said, I've been following this for 4 years, and everything that everybody's been saying, if there was a person next to me, we had a lawyer in Panama City, and I knew her whole thing. Every answer she was coming up with, I knew it just because I've heard it so many times on Jackie's website. And so, like I said, I've been studying it for 4 years, and so there was no surprises to me. Everything fell in line, and they give you a book at the end of the tour. They give it to us already, and it's got all the same information. So if you're just Googling out the window and don't pay attention, it's still all there. All the numbers, all the information is there. So you just call somebody and tell them what you want to do. And Jackie's team has been quite extraordinary. The driver, there was places where I'm an avid hot rodder, but that dude was wheeling that bus around these curves and these little streets in these towns. And we were in town today, and the kids had a parade. It was awesome. All dressed up in uniforms and stuff. And I'm a coffee lover, so Boquete's got some of the finest coffee in the world, and I've been knocking it down since we were here. But the experience has been quite remarkable. If somebody's sitting on the fence and they don't know whether they want to buy the guide or not, I would say buy the guide. If you don't take the tour, buy the guide. Because the guides, we got the guide. It's a nice thick binder with all the information you need. And everybody can't afford a tour, you know. But you can, you know, if you can afford to get out of the country, then $600 is going to save you a whole lot more than $600, because you don't have to go with, you know, the world is the world, and you got some rip-off artists out there that's looking for expats from all over the world to come here. And a lot of people have a lot of money and they just throw it down and start doing things, and then they find out later that they wasted a lot of money. But if you follow along with her program, she kind of protects you, and she's got lawyers and everybody to do everything you need in an efficient manner to save you money and bring you here under a blanket of ease. It's all lined up for us. Really good tour. If you got any doubt about what to do. See, most people back home don't think about Panama. They say Florida, but if they would just look on YouTube, Panama City, and see the skyscrapers and how much money they pull in from the canal, and people that are experienced in travel, they call it Miami, because it's just like Miami with a Ferrari dealer here and a Ferrari, you know, all the stuff you want if you're a high-end spender. And then from Panama, you can go to so many places because of the central location. You can go to Mexico, you can go to South America, and it's cheaper. Plus, you come down here and get a pensionado visa like an old folk like me. It's 25% off all your airfare. Oh, it's time to live.